It happened yesterday from collating for collation centers and Atiku and the rest of them returning to Abuja to make sure that they monitor the process of the collation to hire today one of the aspirants and say, I'm not go great, then two rig these primaries. And people are saying, you want to take over power from Tinubu, you want to change things, you're already rigging. And hire today, the hint say, maybe you go court. That means ADC is about to face another crisis entirely. What will be the outcome of the ADC results? Atiku, they lead with about 8 states and counting. Chibuka Mechi, they also lead with some states. How you think say go end? Remember, say Chibuka talk, say, ain't go only accept the results if you did free and fair. But let's leave that because courts don't clear Goodluck Jonathan to run for 2027 presidency. Do you think he would go ahead to run? All the things that we hear so far now from other people, Goodluck himself never speak to anybody about the intention we get to run for 2027 election. What do you think will happen? We're here to unpack it for you. Plus, including for my state, River State, where I did, the APC primary, APC president, governorship candidate, okay, Chinda, don't talk there. Courts don't stop INEC from recognizing him as the governorship candidate of the state. This one we court they do. Do they know Wiki? Who is in that court that is giving that order? That's a question where some people they ask. And then, most importantly, our House of Representative members, our senators, our governors who will give our mandates to say, take this mandate, go represent us, and make laws where go benefit us. Do things so where BC go benefit and better our lives. How many of them they do the things so BC them promise? How many of them don't join together to make laws, make rules, join for bills where be say they better the lives of their citizens? Because this not the time where be say people supposed to they can't give account of what it be say then they do. And I want to make a bring up the person come inside the house. Him now remember where be say they represent Oshodi is solo 2 constituency, federal constituency for inside the House of Representatives. And in the person will be say in Sabi well, a lot of talk they will be say surround them. In them na Honorable Barrister JC Okay Joe Onwakalose na in the name. And would they here with him for inside the studio? He go join us to begin break down the work what you don't do for show these other people. You do, I be no do. And other House of Rep members, the ones the way they represent you. Where's it be the work what they don't they do? You see, all of that and more now we'll talk about. But we'll just drink small water, drop cup. When they come back so that we'll bring our guests inside the studio. Stay with us when we come back. Good evening, Nigeria. Welcome to Updated Precious. Another beautiful day to bring on our updates of all the things that happen for inside Nigeria. Before I begin, go to read them about what they happen. Yes, you don't hear around. Goodluck Jonathan don't claim go contest. It also hear around. Gbasgbos going to happen for inside ADC concerning the primaries that they go on because people don't accuse. Say there is rigging, there is no rigging. One of the candidates don't withdraw. He don't wash your hand, come out for inside the primaries like Pontius Pilate. Yeah, and then they do again because of the rigor. Waiting be the next step will go happen. Waiting this one mean? Also remember, say another 2 factions they exist for inside ADC. When they talk, say not be faction be that. The Nafiu Balagombe faction and the Dumebi Kachiku faction. How you think say this one will end for inside ADC? But before then, make I just invite Honorable Okay Joe Onakalusi, make you join us for inside the studio to come give in stewardship for what it be say he do safe for inside the people of Oshodi is solo 2 federal constituency of Lagos State. Good evening, sir, and welcome to Updated Precious. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome. Good evening, Nigerians. Good evening, Precious. You know you're always updating. So
now the work they do with this updates.
Yeah.
Welcome, sir. So, you know, a lot of people they know you as one of the people where they say one of the politicians or rep members where the P2B wave of 2023, you know, help well. What do you say about that? Your emergence, first of all. Did you expect that you would have won the election, considering that Lagos State is largely an APC state? Was it a shock to you that you won the election in 2023, sir?
Well, thank you, Precious, and thank you, Nigeria. I'm meant to understand that Nigeria in diaspora are equally listed. Yes. I want to thank Nigeria in diaspora who came in en masse for 2023 election and voted, all striving to ensure that we have a country a country that will be able to work for each other, a country that will be able to take us from where we are to a place where we'll be able to call our Nigerians. You know, Black race is looking towards Africa to lead. I'll give you a practical example before I get into your question. I was in Washington last month, and I was driven by Ethiopian taxi man. And immediately he saw me, say, "You are Nigerian?" I said, "Yes." He said, "You people are doing fantastically well in America, but why is it that in your home country you're not doing well?" So I was taken aback. I said, "How?" He said, "Well, the area of insecurity, the area of poor." I said, "Well, Nigeria have been in the leading light before independence and post-independence, but midway we got it wrong. But I showed him that in the Fourth Republic, we have transcended from one political party to another, and that's the sense that we are returned to democracy. In other words, we are going to make progress. We have had 16 years of PDP. We now have 10 years of APC. Now we're now moving forward to look towards to 2027, where there will be another shocker when these things are going to happen in Nigeria. So I must say,
why do you say there will be a shocker? Or they plan to shock us? It's they do we go shock us.
Well, one thing you know about Nigerians, you know, the Nigerians are most resilient people. Nigerians are people who say you know go die and you know go tire. So when Nigerians leave you to do what you want at the right time, you hit you below the belt. So Nigerians are looking forward to 2027 election, and it's going to be a blaster because Nigerians are looking forward to good governance. Nigerians are looking forward to bringing people who will be able to care for them. And I know that our principal, Mr. Peter, had demonstrated when he was governor of Anambra State that he can effectively govern. You know, there's a difference between being in power and governing. And most politicians, when they get into office, they are still politicking and they are still partisan. But when you're in governance, you begin to see problems, you solve problems, you provide solutions. Because the essence of governance is to provide solutions. We must be able to provide. I give you a practical example. If anything happened, there's a friend of my principal, my former legal principal, who came to Nigeria and had an accident. And in Enugu, I must tell you, it didn't take them 24 hours for Canadian Air Force to fly into Nigeria and took him back. That will show you the people that care for their own citizens. So we are looking forward to a governance that will care for our own citizens, that will place the life of a Nigerian in the highest premium. You know, all over the world, you know, you must travel a lot, that there's no place in Nigeria get into that doesn't succeed. Even in the mountains. And Nigeria,
even for Eskimo, then go sell ice.
Nigeria will survive there. So we are hardworking people, and we look forward to have a government that will be able to work for Nigeria and not reverse the case. So going back to your question, yeah, I have been contesting election, but I must tell you that walking behind or standing on the shoulder of Mr. P2B helped to elevate me to where I am. So I owe him that gratitude for standing on his shoulder to come to National Assembly. After I made the fourth attempt is I stood on his shoulder to come here. So
so you have contested for 3 times before you joined the Labour Party.
So I have been a serial contestant and failing. So, but his presence.
No, you're not Atiku. Sorry, it's not Atiku. Sorry, you're not. No, not Buhari. You're not like that now. You cannot say you're a serial contestant now. Don't be unfair to yourself.
Test and fair. You know, let me tell you, the greatest thing that will happen to you the day you lose the election. If you lose the election, all your friends will abandon you. And when you look at your bank account, you find that it's at 0 level because you are putting in everything to ensure that you succeed. So anybody that loses the election, please send him a condolence because he's
going through a lot.
No, so because I have been through that 3 times, so I know what it means to win. So through that trajectory, and with the help and riding on the shoulder of P2B, we're able to come. But because we believe in him, because we know that he has governed a state like Anambra State and moved it from where it was to a place of enviable position. So we saw him as a leader that will be able to translate Nigeria from the woods to a place where we'll be proud to call, this is my country. And so I am proud to associate with him, and I'm proud to identify with him. And that's why when we came in as opposition. Some of us, we decided to stay with him in the thick and thin, knowing that definitely one day will come when Nigeria will look forward and say they want to vote in a president they know that will deliver dividends for the people. And that's why we're standing by him, and we stand by him through 2027. And I know by God's grace, something will happen that we'll be proud of. I don't want to say it, but talking about.
Yeah, all right. And just to be specific, you say you don't contest 3 other times, so you lose before this 4th time where you pass. Which position you contest for the same House of Rep and for the same constituency?
My friends are started with their ranking member, but I just say JJC.
Okay. All right. Great one. So speaking about riding on P2P's shoulders, there were a couple of you, both in Lagos State here and other parts of the country, that also rode on his shoulders. But immediately they got into the house, after a while, they switched to another place. And just like what's in there, they talk now, say they promise some of them, say they will give them automatic tickets to the party where they switch to. But most of them did not get that. What made you decide to remain with the Labour Party, even with the crisis of Labour Party at that time? And then why did you switch now to NDC with Peter Obi?
Okay, if you let me take you to pre-independence era. During the NCNC, APC, and Action Group, you have NCNC and they have a follower. There's a level of mentorship pre-independence era. You find people who call themselves Zixists because they believe in the philosophy of Zix. You have people who call Nkrumah because they believe the philosophy of Nkrumah. You have people who believe that Aminu Kano because they believe in the principle of Aminu Kano. This has run through the Nigerian system. And those people, I was privileged to meet one of the Zixists, Chief Mbazuki Amechi, when he was alive. And he told me they believe so much in Zik, like a god. So whatever he said, they believe in his principle. And Zik, being an intellectual park, was able to display the level of knowledge. So if you are listening to Zik talk, you fall in love with him. Just like if you are listening to Juku talk, you fall in love with him. So they believe in ideology and they believe in mentorship. So if you have a mentor and you're a mentee, you have to look forward to a mentor. And in the light of that, so that's why you have to, and it is being driven by ideology. The First Republic were driven by ideology. So Second Republic was close to Fourth Republic was not ideology in that respect. So Nigeria, we're looking forward to turn Nigeria to a political party that has ideology that believe in the principle of the party, that believe in the core principle, core mandate of the party. If you're able to take it, you find that the moment you find yourself in a political party, you stick to it. You can tell me that if you're elected in Democratic Party in the West, you change to Republican. The moment you do it, you lose your seat. And even Nigerian Constitution make it possible that Section 66 say that the moment you leave your political party and another party, you lose your position. But I know because we just started in 26 years of a democracy, where America is about 250 years, we still have a long way to go. But I don't belong to people who have to fall to learn my mistake. I want to learn from the mistake of others. So I don't see any need to move to another political party. Because I believe that Labour Party, we came under Labour Party because I believe in the principle of the social democracy. I believe in the principle that people should welfareism, with the welfare of a Nigerian citizen is strong. And those are entrenched in the Labour Party system until they run into a that become irredeemable. So when our principal or a principal left for another political party, we follow suit because we believe in him. And we know that when he's given the mandate to rule this country, honestly, I want to tell you that there will be a diaspora return. Many people will come back to Nigeria and they want to invest in Nigeria because they believe. Yeah. And what makes you different? Let me tell you what makes you different. You know, when Ngozi Okonjo came back to the country, because of the level of credibility, Nigeria, other creditors was able to write off the debt of Nigeria because they believe in who that is pretending the finance minister of the country. So when you get a leader that other people, based on level of creditness, there will be a belief. And I have privileged to meet some people outside Nigeria who invested in 2023 election, and they are looking forward to another opportunity to be able to come in and invest. I want to tell you, when Mr. Obi will come into power, there will be a massive investment in Nigeria. And it will not be compared by investment. It will be compared because people believe that having delivered in Anambra State, it can deliver in Nigeria.
This one when you talk like this, you say a lot of Nigerians wey dey diaspora go return home. That is, it go be japa, not be japa again.
No,
They go come back. Well, there are people who believe that P2B did not even do anything in Enugu State, by the way. Doctors were on strike, the nurses were on strike, teachers were on strike. He did not do anything. What did he do in Anambra State? President Bola Tinubu built Lagos, but P2B did not do anything in Anambra State. Some people even say he's just a fraud marketing. He invested in his personal family business and all of those. If you are aware of the things you think P2B do, you go fit, give those accounts, make people where they talk.
no, it is internet now. It is now. No, there's no hiding place in the world. Now, when he came in as a governor of Anambra State, I think the tech was at 23 position. He moved it to first within 2 years. Now, it is in history that he is the only governor that was leaving office and handed in money to the next administration. He didn't leave the country, the state in deficit. He left them in surpluses. So what else? Look, I checked the internet now, it's all over the world, that he invested the resources of the state to the bank. He invested in some companies, he invested in foreign stock program, and they are there. So the government that came in don't need to pay back pensioners, don't need to pay back contractors. They were all paid off. So the state in a stable situation that the states cannot say, make I use the word, cannot say you are owing me. No pensioner was, no teacher was owed, no contractor was owed, everybody was paid, and he left a large sum of money in the bank of Anambra State. So I don't think there's any governor. I'm a student of history, and I've not seen any governor or read about any governor that left surpluses in the account when he's leaving as a. So what else are you going to do? So I'm not talking about Anambra, I'm talking about Anambra State. So if he has reflected it in that issue, and let me shock you why it is. My grandmother is a soap maker, traditional soap maker. So anytime we come back, she teaches us how to make soup, this black soup. And he told us that, you get the product from a palm front. And she told us how she started. She started with a bucket. And now she started moving it to various markets. And you know why? Why I'm telling you that? Because she was a trader. No trader spent her capital or his capital. P2B is coming as a trader because every trader starts small. When you start small, and when you build it, you don't go and buy limousine. When you don't know, you will not be able to buy. I'm give you an example. If I'm selling 5 baskets of tomato, and I started with 1 basket, you don't expect me when I've gotten to 5 to go and buy limousine so that I will reduce to one basket. So P2B being a trader, and that's why I'm pushing it to traders now. Now you have come somebody who understands your business. Come, let us treat Nigeria as a trader, because a trader builds his wealth and we're able to translate it from one level to another. And if you're a trader, you cannot spend your capital. Because if you spend your capital, you'll not be able to pay for your shop. So that's why it's important that we have tried politicians, we want to try a trader now who believe in building wealth. So I want to tell you his story. Why I gave you my grandmother, before she died, she was doing soap that when we come back during Christmas, we helped her to carry it to various markets. But she started very small and we were able to enlarge it. And each time, before she gives you money, you must tell her the reason why she's giving you the money. So it is important we bring in people who have understanding of building wealth to take over and make Nigeria a better place for all of us.
All right. So now going to your stewardship for the people of Oshodi Solo Federal Constituency. At the time when you contest, what will be the promises where you've been made for them? What will be the things you tell them say you will do?
Now, let me give you an example. By Section 4 of the 1999 Constitution define the role of a parliamentarian. You make laws, you alter laws, Absolutely. You do oversight, and you'll be able to drive some level of dividends to your constituency. When I came in, I was interested in education. I was interested in health empowerment, youth empowerment. I was interested in women empowerment. I was interested in social. And I was interested in building a Nigeria that would be pan-Nigeria. These are my campaign promises. And one of the first buildings I moved, I was privileged to go to what's called in Dangote in 2021 because the Chinese friend there was working there and called I'm a lawyer to stand in for them in a case. And I came into the environment, I saw that 90% of them are Chinese Indians. And then I asked the supervisor, why don't you employ Nigeria? He said, okay, Joe, get me technician qualified, I will employ them. I want to tell you, when I go
we don't have qualified technicians in Nigeria.
Just listen to my story. So when I came in, I advertised it in our platform. So I need technicians who are good plumbers, who are electricians. Let me shock you. I could not get up to 20 Nigerians that are qualified in that area. The people I got are for Ghanaians, Togolese, because we have left Nigerian youth have left those areas to Togolese. There's no building in the south that you go there, you see technicians that are Nigerians. They are mostly Togolese. Because we left it because Nigerians are now looking for bigger things instead of concentrating in a skill that will be able to make them. Because when you are skilled, you can have talent, but you are not skilled. When you are skilled, you can live beyond your immediate. So when I came, the first motion I moved to establish skill acquisition center in my constituency. That bill is in the Senate for concurrent. And my drive is to show that it come into. The next bill I moved was on education. When we were a bit younger, in Lagos, in Yaba, you have many libraries. But when I passed through those libraries, they are moribund. So I now moved a bill to establish e-library in 774 local governments. That bill is on the third reading. I think it's the Senate now for concurrent. Now, those are things I saw a child. I've been able to bring it to establish. We have a Child Rights Act and the Child Rights Commission. I shock you. In 2018, I was in Addis Ababa, and we were being taken to a hotel. As I was passing by, I saw a school. The motto of that school, primary school, says, every child is a light to the nation. Every child is a light. If you are going to EU headquarters, just look by right, you see a primary school. The motto is every child is a light of the nation. It resonates to me that education is key. Education is pivotal to whatever you're going to do. And when we are growing up, we had the privilege to have good libraries. We go to libraries in St. Mary's, St. Dominic's area, Yaba. You get to Lagos Island, you see library. But if you go there and you don't see those libraries. So I moved a bill to establish e-library. That bill is still ongoing. So we have moved several bills to be able that once it passes into law and is purely implemented, it will affect the life of Nigerians. So I have over 40 million, I have over 47 bills, I have over 200 petitions, and those centers on people and people-centric. So I believe strongly that you empower person by telling him or teaching him how to utilize it, develop, move from talent to skill. And the moment you give that child that's all you need. So these are the few things I'll be able to attract and able to impart in my place to ensure that I fulfill my dream of coming to national. And it's a work in progress. I've not gotten there, but we're looking forward to do more to ensure that at the end of 10th Assembly, I can look back as I'm able to accomplish this in my constituency and to Nigeria in general.
All right, awesome. So this skill acquisition program where you a center where you get for your constituency, what thing they do? What are the skills, different skills? And how many people don't graduate? Have they been able to get a job? Were they able to get startup to start their own businesses? What's the progress?
No, it is a bill. You know, when you want to establish an institution,
okay.
It is in the Senate for
yes, the bills. Okay.
The president sent to it and they establish it.
All right, fantastic. But in terms of other things, because they see a lot of people for your fellow House of Rep members, so some of them they give wheelbarrow, some they buy sewing machines, some they buy grinding machines, some they do that one at their own constituency project too. So is there any way where you don't empower your constituents directly, aside waiting on, aside the bills where you don't pass to push their
okay, first of all, I mean we were able to train 100 people on soap making. When you train them soap making, you'll be able to give them the first 100 that was trained. At the end of the training, you give them material and give them a start capital of 50,000 or 100,000. I can't remember. Now we have equally trained people in fish farming. We train 50 people in fish farming. I want to tell you 2 are successful now. They send me the picture of their farm that they have over 5 fish in their farm. So when I look back, it gives me joy. Then we have trained people in catering. The last year, September, when I did the 2 years Thanksgiving, Heart of Gratitude, those women, about 10 of them they will train many people, but 10 of them who are successful came to do show to demonstrate what they are doing, especially those in sewing. We have trained people in sewing and give them sewing machine. We have equally trained people in computer. We train people in computer and give them computer and giving the tools to repair computers. So we have equally could be able to train a lot of. In fact, to tell you, we are giving grants. From my list last year, we have been able to empower 1,000 people.
1,000 people.
Yes, we have.
And those people are able to fend for themselves now. That means waiting you give them the fit help them give themselves food now.
When we did our key performance index, we did discover that about 30% retain it. You know, Nigerians, some of them you give them, they will sell it off and still be roaming around. But I'm happy that about 30% still retain their businesses and they can fence for it. They don't come here again for give me money for this. But they're so a bit successful now, to my point.
All right, awesome. Nigerians, let me let you know that phone lines are open. Please, Honorable is free to take your calls and your reactions. I know that some of you may want to ask him questions, and I already see some questions. I'd like to know, what's be the process of choosing the people we BC you they help, sir? What's be the process where you speak people?
We have 6 words in my constituency. We have Okota, we have a Okafor Ejibo, we have a Lassa, we have a Shaga, we have a Solo, we have Ajawo State. So what we do when opportunity comes, we advertise it in platform. People will apply and select. So when people apply and select, because of the limited, we only sometimes the constituency managers do first 100 that will apply, they will take it, or first 20 that will apply, they will take it. So in the light of that, we spread it according to the 6 words I have the constituency. And you know, my constituency is over 1 million people. So it's not a small place. So just like we say we have empowered 1,000, just drop in the ocean, because so that's why what we do next is to do something like provide solar lights in the streets. As we speak now, I have provided 46 street solar lights. I have done
46 streets in your constituency get solar light now, courtesy of you.
So if you come before in a celeb bus stop, if you come there in the night, it's very dark. But if you go there now, you can walk past, and that saves you from any criminal tendencies. Then we provide water, and we have even gone far to build road. You know, for a parliamentarian to attract road, it takes courage to do it. It doesn't come like that.
So you built some roads?
Built some roads. It's just a 1 kilometer road. Some part in Ejibo and part of them in Ajawo State. Ejibo is what they call Shegu Awolo Road. Then in Ajawo State, you have that St. Peter Kalisho. If you go there now, that road is motorable. It's courtesy of me. And most of the streets, Chivita Street in Ajawo State, the Kali Church, the Afarogo, the main street in Ajawo, I provided solar light in those areas. So you find that when you get there in the night, you can see and walk through about it. So the same thing applicable in Ejibo, the same thing applicable in Okota, and the same thing applicable in some part of a solo. So these areas we're able to do in the
and all of these things when you do, they're very verifiable, because people will come out, then will go. People where these constituencies could fit testify. Say truly you do. I'm not be just saying I wash. You do what you do.
Anything I tell you we do, we say go and verify.
Okay, sir. All right, sir. But there are people accusing you that 27 out of 24 people will you help, just like somebody here don't already put them up. Say 27 out of the 24 out of 29 people will you help, na Igbo people, and you know help Yoruba people. Meanwhile, you get the position for inside Yoruba land. How would you react to that, sir?
Well, I must tell you that I have tried in the course of my work to be transparent. I might not be perfect, but I'm transparent to a level. Just like I told you, we advertise this in the platform and people apply. And let me shock you, because of the level of the number that applied. There was a time we have 5 spaces and more than 30 people applied. What they do, they gather the constituency office and do this what they call lucky. And when you and for you to qualify, you must be a graduate, you must have a valid passport, and you must be willing to travel. So if you apply that, you now we throw it open to the best of our ability to attract people and to do it in that way. But there's nothing you do that people will not support. But I've challenged them. Let them call the people who we sent for this training to know whether we were transparent to a level. And then the next thing is, these things are started out of goodwill. It's because of relationship I have with embassies. It is not that it's in the budget. I have relationship with the embassies because when I came, I wrote some and asked them that I want them to help my people. I always use this.
So, some part of your conversation is breaking up. I didn't quite hear what you said. Are you saying that this goodwill or this project, so if you say you do, we get to do it, taking your constituency out of some members of your constituency out of the country for training. Now, out of your goodwill, where you get with some embassies for Nigeria, is that what you said?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I said it is not in the budget. It's something I started because of my friendship with embassies. Because I wrote them when I came in, and I wanted to identify with them. I give you an example. I want you to check it. Vietnam exports over 5 billion naira craft. Vietnam. So this basket we do here, they export it. So I went to the embassy of Vietnam. I met the ambassador, and I discussed with. I said, "Can you train 50 people for me?" So he called because in Vietnam, craft have association. So he gave me to the craft association, and they gave me a condition which I didn't meet. They said they can welcome them, but I am going to pay for their ticket to come. I said I don't have that capacity to do it. But when I went to China gave the opportunity, and I was able to do it. So it is not in the constitution. It is things I went out of my way to attract. And some of these projects are not in the budget. It is things I went out of my way, using goodwill, using friends to do it. Like the first 45 poles of solar light I brought. It is not in the appropriation. I got it because I wrote a ministry and created a relationship. So when such intervention came, they called me and gave me and said, "Can you name a street where you will put it?" And that was where I put Ajawa State. So the first 45 solar light I have, I put it in Ajawa State, and I am putting it as the number increases. So I have tried to do a work by letting utilize it, because what matters is in a place. It is not the position you occupy, but how you use that position to affect the life of people around you. You might be in a place of position, but you don't know what it is in it. So because I have been contesting election, so I know what you used to use a to attract benefit for humanity, and that's what gives me joy. So when I explain to them, this is the good way, and this is the way. I think many of them have verified and saw that I was transparent in it, and there's no way I've answered the question in more than 4 television stations. So this is the 4th time I'm answering it, and I tell them I spread it out according to the numbers. But if we have opportunity again, we'll be able to expand it more. So that is one of the things. And when this issue came up, people were calling me, asking me that they would be part of it. I tell you, you are not in my constituency. So how would Agege person come and take benefit that is in Oshod? But I wish I can have the opportunity more. I'll be able to throw it open.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So looking straight through the streets of social media, I see a lot of people, quite some interesting conversations. Some people feel that you enter inside the House of Representatives through Oshodi Solo Federal Constituency, and that you should primarily pay attention to only people who will be say you're Yoruba indigenous. However, sort of Lagos indigenous, basically. But however, we do know that in Lagos State precisely, about 70 to 80% of people will be involved for Lagos politics, Lagos workforce, and all that, even though they're Yorubas, and not from Lagos State precisely. They are from other Yoruba states in Lagos State. But how does it make you feel when people, like the comment I posted here, when some people are saying, okay, you're not going back again, or you rode, you should go to your states? Oh, how does that make you feel? Does that deter you in any way to go ahead to even execute more projects? Or does it spur you to do more?
Well, let me say sound this way. I am grateful to the Yorubas for riding on their platform to get admission, but get elected. But you must say that if you look at Section 25 of the 1999 Constitution, it defines citizens. So I am a citizen of Nigeria. And by Section 40, it gives me opportunities to build any part of Nigeria I find myself. And if I'm able to build any part and contribute to the well-being of that area, I should be given an opportunity to contest and be able to provide services to the people around me. So, and let me tell you, we have to move away from these ethnic lineages. In 2014, Botswana started what we call electronic voting. I want you to check it. We contributed to the independence of Botswana. Some other Southern Africa, we contributed. And these people have moved away from ethnic bias. They are now looking for results. Now, we are in Nigeria. I was in Washington last month, and I was passing through a street in Washington, D.C., and I saw Femi contesting for councilor in Washington. And the people I saw him moving around, handing over Humvee, this Humvee. And the people listening to him, and he was conversing. And now you are in Nigeria, you are not free to participate in the local politics where you have lived over years. You are not free because of ethnic bias. And that is what is taking us backward. We, at the 66 years of our independence, should be taking off, able to provide the services if you are elected, not from where you come from. And good enough, when President Tinubu came in, he returned the Nigerian anthem to say, Nigeria will hear you. Tongue and tribe will differ, but in brotherhood. So Nigeria now is emphasizing on brotherhood, knowing that we came together by the of history to make us one Nigeria. And we united Nigeria, where everybody have the right to aspire in any position. We make Nigeria great. By the time we start looking to ethnic cleavages, we lose it. So we should be at the 21st century, be preaching, how do we make this place better? Are you not tired of ethnic cleavages that have provided nothing? In the last 8 years, when President Buhari came in, everybody said, but his government, to me, is my personal opinion, was a disaster. So do we not cling to that and continue to go back to that 19th century thinking, instead of thinking how to make Nigeria a better place? So we should be able to look up and begin to say, how do we make this place a better place? If I'm qualified and I voted it, you allow me to run. If I didn't do well, you vote me out. By so doing it, you'll be able to change the trajectory of where we are to a better place. So Nigerians, I want to appeal to Nigerians, let us leave ethnic cleavages and let us move to a Nigerian of 21st century where those who has the ability should be allowed to run and deliver better governance to us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So interestingly, there's somebody who also believes that you've done very well. See what he said. He said, it's just so sad, but truth be told, and he's a Yoruba man, my brother too. And he says, I've not seen any APC rep assembly that has worked like the Igbo guy that represents Oshodi Isolo in the Green Chamber. Point it out and I will show you how the guy worked for his people in Lagos. This is quality representation. It's a talk for later. I dug out this tweet, and indeed, I've been able to ask some people where we say get rep members for other constituencies, including the one for Etios herself will be a fellow Labour Party member that time. We come out. None of them don't testify the kind of way we say. I did my background research about you. Maybe you don't know that. None of them don't testify the way a lot of people for your constituency testify about you. How does that make you feel?
Well, I just show you that in 2027, people will learn to look at competence. That is, Nigeria is not going to vote for party in 2027. Let me assure you. Nigeria is going to look at each candidate eye to eye, and say, this man, go feed them. And if you go to them, they go put their hand, bam. That is what's going to happen. So the days of riding on the areas of this thing. And that's why some of us who are privileged to follow people and say, yes, let us bring a Nigerian that will work for us and make things change. We don't.
Oh dear. Not a missing take light for inside House of Rep or National Assembly. They cannot take our lights in our National Assembly. What's going on? Oh, can you hear me, sir?
You don't. Yeah. So let us make that. So
how do they not take lights for National Assembly? How do they not take lights?
Well, it's part of Nigeria, so it's something that we need to change. So one day we'll change it.
All right, sir. Thank you. Thank you. So I'd like to play you a video, some of the complaints about you and also the answered hearing. And then, of course, talk about some other works you don't do. I see the things where you do in terms of healthcare giving, where you do free glasses, free health checkup, and all of those. I got those images, but let me show you this video of somebody complaining about you.
I won't show this solo. Mo rí pé wọ́n try wọ́n wá wọ́n ṣe lè ṣe láti change the rep guy Okejo tó wà ní tó ń represent wọn in the House of Rep. You know, mo ti rí gbogbo iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ń ṣe everything and gbogbo publications tí wọ́n ń ṣe ó empower àwọn ọmọ iná ó ṣe gbá kan ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní kíní gbá mo ti rí gbogbo àwọn iṣẹ́ yẹn. But to be fair or to be sincere, ó máa wà very very difficult láti ṣe fún wọn. Ó máa wà difficult for them to achieve láti change bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn because environment yẹn àwọn ìbò yẹn wà ń bẹ̀ àwọn people yìí kọ̀ máa ń lọ harvest ẹ̀ ni. It's an environment tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ará abí ló níbẹ̀ àwọn ló pọ̀ ń bẹ̀ yẹn. Ìfà èèyàn tí Gani Johnson gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ gan wọ́n tó nígbà yẹn ara wọn náà ni party to dẹ̀ lò gan is not even PDP not the popular party ló fi lù and the reason is that àwọn ló dominate ibẹ̀ yẹn tí n bá ṣe pé àárín kan ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ Èkó gan pé aṣáájú ti establish Èkó very well those people their plan is to even come and determine to máa the governor of Lagos State so ó ti dé stage yẹn. So,
all right, let me stop it here. He made a lot of accusations that the Igbos plan to take over and become governor of Lagos State and all that. But the key reason I played this from what he said is the fact that he said a lot of people say go hard to come out for power because say you go hard make you no go for second term because say a lot of people within your constituency now basically non-indigenous. Igbos, that's what he said. But we know that it's not only Igbos. We have Igbos, we have people from Delta, people from South, people from other parts of the country, including Hausas living in those areas. Is this true about the people who voted you into power? And how do you think with all of this, you can also gather the support of the people again to come back?
Oshodi is a metropolitan area. We have Igbos, we have Yorubas, we have the Warris. We have people from the south. So it is not a one type. So it's important.
Their worries are actually the real indigenous Lagos people. They are the people who who should be telling you they should not do. Not any other Yoruba from Ogun or from any other place. Because I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry that I want to take this from you because I have never seen anywhere that an Awori person occupies any elected or appointed position in any other part of Yoruba land. I don't know if you can prove me. The way we have other Yoruba people contest election in Lagos State and practically own Lagos State and drive and tell people you cannot vote in Lagos State. We have not seen the core indigenous people of Lagos State, Aworis, the what do they call Badagry people and all that, Egun and all that, contest election in Osun State, for instance, in Ondo State, for instance. So do you think that the core indigenous of Lagos have a problem with you? I'm sorry for cutting you on that because it's important to know this.
Go into that controversy. I don't want to do into dialect or about Yoruba. It is what I know that and I give them. I'm grateful to them. Even the young man that was sending this message, I've sent a message that I want to see him so that we can have a heart talk. And what does he want? Is it better representation or is it tribe representation? So if I'm privileged to have that with him, I'll be able to enlighten him more and we share ideas. I believe in criticism because Socrates said, unexamined life is not worth living. I believe him and I believe that people should be able to criticize you. You can see I have If I tell you the number of criticism I get in a day, you will marvel. But that doesn't stop for me to look back and say, I'm a human. I'm a mortal, not a mortal. Therefore, I have some shortcomings, but my shortcomings enable me to think better and to be able to improve in a place I find myself. So I don't want to go into that. But what I know, when I was voted in 2023, I have the support of the Yorubas, I have the support of the Hausas, I have the support of the Igbo, I have the support of the South. It was a collective victory. So it is not personally, and I don't want to make it personal, because all I've been trying, if I put a solar light in your street, will you say because you're Yoruba man, you will not walk on that street? The road I built in Shika or the Kali Church, when you are driving it, it doesn't say you're a Yoruba or Igbo to drive on it. When it rains, it doesn't discriminate whether you are black or white. Everybody. So we have come to a point that we want to see ourselves as a common people, as people who came from God, and then people who will give account of their stewardship at the end of the day. I must say that I can look back and say, I have not done the best, but I've fairly done a little well, that I can say there's still work in progress. We are not yet there, but we will be able to accomplish. Let me show you. I was the person that moved a bill to alter the constitution to convert the 37 SCDA to full-fledged local government.
Of Lagos State?
Yes,
of the
Lagos.
7 LCDAs in Lagos State?
Yes, to convert. So
you initiated that bill?
Yes, I initiated it. I'm the one who initiated it. So, and when I initiated it, I added the names of my colleagues so that we make it jointly. I'm the one who initiated that bill to alter the constitution, 37 SCDA to full-fledged local government. I'm the one who initiated it. So, and I added other of my colleagues, because once you're in parliament, there's no discrimination. Once you're in a green chamber. So I added it to you. So I tried to do my best, to best of my ability, and it takes time to do it. So that at the end of the day, history will judge me whether I've done wrongly or rightly. And I want to be on the path of positive side of history, because if you do not improve on the place you find yourself, I don't want to look back and say, 10th Assembly, when we came in, I failed to do this, I failed to do this. That's why I'm going all to do my, so that when we have the privilege of coming back in 11th Assembly, we'll be able to build on what we have done. And what we have done, but then we'll become ranking, we're able to exact some positions that we're able to take the trajectory of Nigeria. Nigeria is the best place to be. Nigeria is a country, there's no country like Nigeria. When I see some other people outside Nigeria, I tell them, there's no country like Nigeria. Yes, we're having some challenges, and that's what the next administration is going to look at. We're going to look at, because it's going to be issue-based debate in the 2027 election. It's issue-based debate. That's not about tribe. People will be discussing about security. People will discuss about where of the people. People will be discussing about the laws that are going into place. That's the 2027 is going to be an issue-based discussion. So anybody who believes in tribalism will be out of the way, because issue will be issue-based. And we are bringing people, presenting likely candidate is going to be, or the candidate of our party is going to be a person that will drive it. And in most of that, when we left Labour Party, let me just say, if we enter into NDC, and when I read the manifesto of NDC, I said, none have come. Because it is built on nationalism and progressiveness. It's pan-African oriented. It defines governance as a person who elected in power. He said, good to be elected is fine, but for you to govern the best is better. So when you are elected under ADC platform, you are accountable to the party. And the party is driven by ideology, who believe in pan-Nigeria, who believe that leaders should be accountable to their people, who believe that you don't just move from one party to another. If you read the manifesto of the constitution of ADC, you find that we have a defined areas on that will drive Nigeria, because the national leader, Senator Dixon, is telling us what led into this is that he wants to build an ANC, a party that will translate generation. And when he saw the likes of Mr. Peter Obi, Dr. Ravi Ukwankwaso coming together, and three of them being the leader of the party, he said that this is not a land of Eldorado for political party in Nigeria. And that will give us a point that when we're going to move and begin to go into the contested position, people that will be candidates of our party will be discussing issues. We're not interested in tribe. We have done tribe for 65 this and we find ourselves in a mess. Let us learn to discuss issues. And when we discuss issues, we're able to leave this Rubicon we find ourselves into the woods and begin to move into the production, into the consumption nation. And that's what we live for. And like an Ethiopian challenge in Washington, time come for Nigeria to lead the black race. And this is the time for NDC. We are on the trajectory of making that change. And that's what I want to assure you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Very well spoken. Now, in a country where we say most people will be our politicians, they very detached from the people within the role. I see you responding. First of all, the fact that you obliged me. Just to note, you're not the first politician I've invited here. I've invited a couple of your colleagues in House of Rep, even in Senate. They no go oblige me because maybe some of them have to answer their messages in a war. But the fact that I just called you in a twinkle, you just did respond immediately. And I see you here on your Twitter here. I've gone through your social media. I see that you respond to people. Somebody sent you a message that they would like to speak to you, and you said the person should DM you, meaning that you actually look at your DM by yourself. And how do you do this? You don't behave like a Nigerian politician. That is, people go fit, and then you told the person to go to the constituency office. They go, How many politicians are there for their constituency office? They respond to their constituents. How do you do this, sir?
Now, when you find a place in a place of authority, my father was a king, and he told me, when you find yourself in a place of authority, just serve humanity. That opportunity might not come again. And don't live in regret that you say, I would have done this. One of the things that my father imbued in us, don't live a life, I would have done this. I would have done this. No, he said, no, I don't want to hear it. Or when he send you to do something, you come and be giving him a report. He said, I don't want to hear a report. I want to see result. If I give an assignment, give me result. Don't give me a report. Or you want to go to a shoot and you came to select, he said, the road is blocked. He said, what? Can't you find another road to get to where I asked you to get and get me a result? So that is what we have built in my family. And that's what I built to my shoot. I'm interested in result. I'm not interested in your report. So when people tell me, I have one number. The number, if you have my number from the one, you can still text me with that number. So I don't have any needs. And I learned it from one of my mentors, Dr. Bonnion. When he was alive, he has only one number until he died. So if you have his number, you will reach him. So people that have my number 20 years ago can still reach me. I've never changed it. And I'm not interested in changing it because I don't have the capacity to carry two phones at the same time. So it is important that you know that depending on how you are training, I have gone through a school of people. I read a lot about people, leaders who have made their mark. And I want to see any opportunity I find myself, I want to leave a mark. And that's what is my driving force. My ideology is that you fail many times, but don't allow the defeat to defeat you. So that's the point I'm making about it. So for some of our colleagues, I don't live another person's life. I can only give account of myself.
Of yourself.
So I don't want to dive into their issues, but I do my own best to the best of my. I am not perfect, and it's not that I'm getting it 100%, and nobody can even get it, but I do to the best of my ability, and I leave the rest to God.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Nigerians phone lines are open. Do well to jumping on the conversation. You can call not call the WhatsApp, like just join here. He said, follow the link on the pin post, get into the studio and join our honorable here. Feel free to ask him questions. Any question we BC you want. Oga saying they're ready to answer. Unlike some others, they no go agreement will take calls, but Oga don't say no open call, saying they're here to Savannah. So welcome. Mr. Bill, you're welcome. Good to see you. Please help me place your camera properly. T.Y. Danjuma, help me place your camera properly. Good evening and welcome, sir.
Thank I know. This is very, very.
T.Y. Danjuma, let me let you shoot because I know Mr. Bill will still pass the ball to you. So let me not drag it. Let me let you shoot. Go ahead with your question.
Okay. Greetings, Precious. Greetings, Honorable OK, and greetings, Mr. Dewey. Greetings, viewers. The question that let me congratulate you for the good work that you're doing. I listened to you, and you're doing a fantastic job. The question that I wanted to ask you, I think you answered part of it. And the question is, all these road projects, health projects, training and craftsmanship, street lights, water projects, etc., that you have provided for your constituency. I wanted to ask, and I think you answered part of it. Is it only Igbo people that are passing through the roads, enjoying the water, enjoying the light? Are there other people from other parts of Nigeria? that are also enjoying and benefiting from these things that you have done? That's my question. Thank you.
My brother, when you rent in your place and you have different houses, does he rent in house B and jump to house B when they rent in the same place? Except it's a conventional rainfall. Conventional rainfall is a one by my little knowledge about geography. It can be raining in Wuse here, and when you get to Guarimpa, it's not raining. But if you're in Wuse, it rains in every house. So whatever facility infrastructure we brought in is meant for everybody living in Oshode Solo. The infrastructure does not discriminate. Solar light does not discriminate. Water does not discriminate. Borehole does not discriminate. Even block of classroom in the build does not discriminate the child. So we do our best there, but just like there must be criticism. And in this era where every Android phone, every owner of Android phone is a journalist. So you can afford to sit at the comfort of your home and write off a lot of things about journalism when you have not gone the full words of journalism. So it is important to know that we do it for humanity. We don't consider criticism. And I believe the school of thought, just as I said before, that unexamined life is not worth living. And that was the word of Socrates. And it is important that we share that. So everybody, you are free to criticize me. It can be constructive, it can be destructive. But I have my grandmother told me this because we were many. She said that if I want you or Precious to live like me, it means that I'm going to live in Ireland. So I expect and that has been my human resources, human relation drive. If I want you to live like me, I'm going to live it means that I'm going to live in Ireland. So anybody I see, I use that philosophy to know that he must not do what I want him to do. So there's nothing you do to me that I'll say it can never happen. So I was tutored on that as a young child, that people live differently. And there's no two people by science that are the same. So I absorb it, I absorb criticism, I absorb this constructive, destructive. I have the temperament to absorb it and turn it into something good. And that's the spirit that should be moving in Nigeria. If you're able to imbibe that spirit, you don't have any need to be cleanly short. And for those that are, there is a good thing to criticize. That's the important thing.
Sorry, the second question, if you don't mind quickly, is I'm hearing that Oshodi is beginning to be filthy again, also the area. Is that true? And what are you doing to help the situation?
Okay, you have three arms of government. You have the federal, you have the state, you have the local government. Now, in Agor Palace Way, last year, I received several calls that Agor Palace Way treated with debt. And they called me. And I said, how has it become my responsibility as a federal parliamentarian to be ensuring that the streets are kept clean? So what I did, I took that responsibility and I wrote to the MD of Lagos State Waste Management Board. I asked him to come up and clear the debris that in Agor Palace Way. And truth be told, they responded swiftly and cleared that depth. And after that, they wrote on the middle, that they sent up in the middle, that if you dump any refuse on this place, you'll be fined 250,000 naira. And unfortunately, one of the people who worked with me dumped something and they arrested him. So they called me. I said, you arrested somebody who dumped here. So they mentioned he said where he's working. Say he's working with Okejo. So they arrested him. And when he called me, I said, you go and pay your fine. It is not my responsibility because that place is not paid with dump debt. So we are appealing to Lagos State government. Since we are tax-paying people, the issue of evacuating debt is the responsibility of the Lagos State government by Loma that should be able to do it. And these are responsibilities. Some of these roads that in my constituency are the responsibility of the local government and the responsibility of the state. But I want to tell you, in Okota area, 40% of the roads there are those landlords that came together to build it using interlock. So it is the responsibility of the states. And I know if you live in that area, like Delo Rishabi, I put in 45 solar lights. And why did I put in 45 solar lights? When I was elected when we were sworn in June 2023, the ESCO of that street, Delo Rishabi, flew from Lagos to Abuja and came to my office and said I should contribute money. They are doing interlock. I said, I don't have the capacity to do it. They say, no, they have spent millions of naira. I say, I don't have the capacity to do it. But what I'm going to do that, anytime I have the privilege of solar light, I'm going to put solar light in your street. And I want to tell you, one agency I wrote called me that they have solar light for me. 45 posts. I donated it to Delo Rishabi. Go and check. So that is my own contribution to it. So I do my best, but the time has come when every citizen should ask local government. Local government are receiving funds from the direct federation account and cost it to the President Tinubu. So it's important that citizens begin to ask their local government, what are you doing with the money that you get from federation account? This is the time to ask those questions. So we don't elect local government that will not be able to do local roads. And I have over 1,000 streets in Oshodi Soro too, over 1,000 streets. And some of those roads are not in bad shape, but some of those roads belong to the local government. You have 3 tiers of trunk A, B, C. The C, it belongs to local government. So the local government, the money they are receiving from federation account should be used to fix the road. That is their responsibility, infrastructure on roads maintenance. So it is important we've been able to decentralize these things. I've been able to tax the local authority to rev up the governors have their own responsibility. So, but every person look at the federal, everybody look at the National Assembly, but it is not our core mandate. Our core mandate is on legislature, on laws. But because the arms of the various tiers of government are failing in their responsibility, all I are shifted to the National Assembly and they do. And I want to say that under the leadership of our speaker, we have been able to provide basic laws that will be able to guide Nigeria to make Nigeria a better place. We speedily passed the tax law because we want to say when people begin to pay tax, they begin to question the services of their local government and the states. And that will be able to lead us to a place where we have good governance. Because if you are paying tax, and the government didn't do your road and didn't provide borehole water, not borehole water. Before, when we were younger, there are pipe waters across our streets, but now every house is borehole, and which has a hazard. It hazardous because the moment you drill down, you leave vacuum at the bottom. Who knows before we have the earth tremor that will affect us because we are building borehole we're not supposed to build. But it is the responsibility of the state to provide water through water boards, and they run through the whole streets, nooks and crannies of the states and the local government. So we bring them to question the local government to live up to the expectation. So update pressures, the time has come when you bring them to say, ask, what are the responsibilities of the local government chairman? What is the responsibility of the state government? And put it on the platform so that you have more people educated, so that if they don't pass all the buck to the National Assembly, but they pass the buck to the local government authorities to be able to live up to their billing in constitutionally as enshrined in the 1999 Constitution.
Awesome. So that answers your question, T.Y. Danjuma, right? All right, Mr. Bill,
yes, it does. It does, but just to add that you can also help the situation by trying to liaise with them, the local government, the state, and so on, because it's also part of your constituency. So if you can liaise with them and help them, that would be good. Thank you.
And let me tell you what I did. And if you go to Lagos, every street that came to me now, say I should do the road, I write official letter and list the streets and send it to the governor. I say this is part of your responsibility. If you go to Ministry of Works, you see my letters. I write officially. Like when I call Loma, I wrote officially and say, this is your responsibility to clear the debris on the road. So I write officially this, but the ones I can do here, I do my best. But when such problems, I write officially. I snap even the pictures and say, this road is a local government road. This road is a state road. Come and fix it.
All right, so Mr. Bio, let's take your thoughts quickly and your questions so that we'll take your attention to this.
I salute my kindred spirit, and I say that, Prince, because from what I listen to you, my name is Abioye Johnson. You quite remind me of my father, and his name was Chief J.M. Johnson. I don't know if you're familiar with him. They used to call him J&J. And he was the first elected council chairman of the Ibadan Local Council, which was very rare in those days. Actually, he was a tight friend of people like Azikwe, Obafemi Awolowo, and the like. Of course, the ending of the relationship with Obafemi Awolowo didn't end up as it should be. And I'll tell you why I mentioned Ibadan is because you're going through the same thing. And I like your candor and inner strength to realize that the most important thing for you is service. It's not so much that wherever you are, you belong there. And I am one of, I have this favorite saying, I'm a true Lagosian, and I believe in Lagos for everybody. And I actually grew up in Ajegunle. So you know that's another place just like Oshodi. So yeah, people need to see those spots as places where people are definitely, even though poorer, they are more fairer. They don't have this belief in the tribe because we all stay in the same gutter together. So we all.
Are you using a hands-free? Are you using a hands-free?
What do I need to do? My voice is not coming in through.
If you're using a hands-free, you can help me take it off so that we can hear you properly.
Okay, I hate to show my ignorance here. I don't know what to do to take off the hands-free.
Like, are you using a Bluetooth, an earpiece? That's what I mean.
Oh, let me see. Bluetooth. I'm not using the Bluetooth. Okay, I've taken the Bluetooth out.
Okay. Because
okay, that's what
is it sounding any
better?
Just go ahead. Let's see how much we can get from what you're saying. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Then let me go back to what you said. The problem with the Igbos is simply because I'm not talking about the Igbo being the problem, but the problem with the attack on the Igbos is just a deflection by the Yorubas that are not Lagosians, that try to take the heat off themselves. Like Ms. Precious, you mentioned earlier, a lot of our leadership has invariably never been those who are originally from Lagos. Now, when
I'm sorry I mentioned that. I know you're a Lagos indigene, but I'm sorry I had to tell that line because it's the truth. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but the reason I actually did that, because from my experience, I've noticed that most of the Yorubas who troll non-Yorubas in Lagos State are actually Yorubas that are not from your state, Lagos State. They are Yorubas from other parts of Lagos State and other parts of Europe. And I don't know why that happens. So if the people who are indigenous to Lagos State are okay with strangers being in their state, why would it be you, who you're also a stranger like me? Because if you come from Ekiti, you come from Ogun State, and you claim indigenousness to Lagos State, that means I from River State can claim indigene of Lagos State too. So why do you think that you're more of a Lagosian because you speak Yoruba language, and I shouldn't be a Lagosian because I am not from Yoruba? And then you're the one who would not drive not tell other people because you don't speak Yoruba, leave our state alone. But you're here, and large percentage of you benefit from the state more than even the owners of the state. I'm sorry I had to raise that up, but it's a reality.
No, that is a valid point, and that's why I said it's a deflection. They're trying to push the mirror away from themselves and attack, like Igbos, for example. The successful man we just had. Is he still on the screen?
Yes, he's still on the screen, but your voice is just switching, just going back and forth. If you would help us not to put the phone, maybe I don't know. Just go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Yeah. Let's see how much you can get.
You know what? I'll just step back. I think I've said enough. I'm going to say. I'll listen to. This is a very beautiful conversation, and I actually congratulate him. He's a great guy.
Thank you.
Precious. Yeah, thank you, sir. Precious, please. I just want to address something here, if you allow me.
Go ahead.
And I want to refer to, and this is meant for the guy called, whose name is Olumo Alamo. I want to address you. Before I came over to the United States, just like the Honorable has said, I was involved in community development in my area. And I'm going to be specific here. I wrote several letters to His Excellency Babatunde Fashola on a stretch of road in my community, over 250 meters, that was overtaken by water. I went to the media. I wrote letters to the drainage department. Then it was Dr. Muis Banire that was in charge. And we got that place drained. It was something that could not be addressed for over 10 years. That place the street is Shola Martins Street. It's in Ifako Ijaye local government. You can go and check. I initiated the move spend my resources, spend my money, use my connections, and we got that place drained. And people now can live there because it was not livable. The owners of the houses were abandoning the place. The place was smelling. Schools were abandoned. I have pictures, photographs. I was in PM News almost all the time, to put this thing out there. We took our representative, Umishori, then Honorable Umishori, to go and see Dr. Banire and to impress upon him of the need to ensure that those places are drained. I spent my own personal resources as a private citizen, and we got that place drained. I also got the governor to approve the tarring of that road. Right now, as we speak, the road is being tarred, and I have communication from the communities there, from community leaders, my name in the minutes, acknowledging the things that I have done. I joined my supervisory councilor, Jare Animashan, at the time to sing boreholes. He's alive and he's probably hearing. I spent my money, I supported him. I have a letter of commendation from him. I have a letter of commendation from His Excellency Governor Fashola on the things that I've done. I have a letter of commendation from my local community of the effort that I did to assist my community. We sang boreholes. I worked with Jerry to do grading of roads and so on and so forth. I was a private citizen. I was not a politician. So I just want to let you know, when you are posting this nonsense that you are posting, that you don't represent the best of us. You represent the worst of us. And I don't think that what you're doing is going to help.
Let's not. No, you don't pay attention. You don't give life to internet trolls. So if anybody wants to contest or dispute anything and say their mind, they should be bold enough to come to the platform and join us, and let's discuss intellectually. But if they lack the balls and if they lack the ability to do that, then that means it doesn't matter. Anybody they have something to be able to join the platform, and let's discuss intelligently. That's what we're all doing here. So that's why we have this platform. And you don't stay on social media to troll others, and then you're given opportunity to come and express your view so that people. I question you when you say things that I feel like it's out of line. I question anybody here, Mr. Bill. You know that. So if you feel you have a superior opinion, please come. Let's argue it out, and with a more intelligent. Conversation, not this kind of one. Well, I'm sorry, I beg. So, George, you have something to say so I can bring the honorable back. I think the house is ready to.
I just said it. Sorry, thank you. I just said it not to blow my trumpet, but just to dispel that kind of impression that from people like that. I think it doesn't help anybody.
It's okay, George. Please, would you like to ask your question so that I can bring honorable back to respond to?
Hello, Precious. Good evening.
Yes, you're welcome. Please.
Good evening, Tiwa Janjuma and Mr. Abioye. Is the honorable there?
Just go ahead. I'll try to get him back.
Okay. Well, I have probably two questions for him. One is about this disinformation by some people, particularly those who support APC. Now that he's seeking re-election, he has ruled out some of the major things he did for his federal constituency. What effort is he making to make this thing known to the people, knowing that there will be counter or there will be some misinformation, particularly from those supporting APC? How does he hope to counter it and give the message, since it's in NDC, and further enhance the NDC acceptability or acceptance in its area and Lagos State as a whole? And what other effort are they making? Because the first time some of these APC people are saying that, we didn't give it much thought because Labour was on an unknown party. Now that they have seen the strength of the man who is at the head of that movement that is now in NDC, and NDC is equally coming again for their election with some candidates there. What are the efforts that are they making to ensure that this time the overwhelming majority of Lagosians and his federal constituency are willing to vote for them and defend their votes? That is one. So the second question is about while in the House of Reps, these first 3 years or 4 years, what were they? Was he aware that they added that area in the new electoral act that says that non-falsification of certificates or documents is not a basis to disqualify somebody who is contesting an election? Was he aware? And if he was aware before it was passed, what did he do? Him and his like minds. Those are my questions. Thank you.
All right. So the room was too full. He couldn't join. I hope he joins in now so that he can respond to that question.
You can note it down, please,
yes,
so he can.
It's okay. He's here now, so he can respond. So the second question you asked is if he was aware of the clause where they put for the Electoral Act on rejecting falsification, opposing to falsification of documents as a means to contest or dispute in the election, Abi. And then the first question was what?
The first question is a little bit broad. It's about that since he has been able to do some major work or prominent work in his community, that like he said that he enumerated, and much more that he has not even enumerated, and that the people know this and they are seeing it: light, water, road, and all that. And even the efforts he made by going to the government to say we lack some things in this area, I mean to the local government and state government, and they are working on those things. Those are laudable work, and which means his people are aware of what he has done. But there is this counter narrative by some people, like the man who came out sometime and said he didn't do anything for his people. He sent 20-something people of Igbo extraction to oversee training and only 3 Yorubas, trying to colorate the whole thing with ethnic bias. What is he doing to correct that impression and to let the overwhelming majority of his constituents, or from all across all tribes, to see have faith in him to vote for him? That is one. And what effort is his party, NDC, making to equally put up a strong and victorious showing in Lagos, knowing that the first time some APC people said, oh, we didn't know that Labour was a strong party and all that. Now that the man at the head of the Labour movement is in ADC now, contesting for presidency, what effort are they making to ensure that the man wins Lagos again and they defend their vote?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Honorable Sir, did you hear the question? Would you like to react to it, sir?
Well, the government belongs to the people. Democracy is government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So it is the people that will defend the vote. It is the people that determine who is re-elected. It is the people that, when people come out to vote, it is interesting that when people are bent on doing what is right, you can't stop them. So the important thing is that let people get their PVC and prepare to vote. And when you prepare for the, when you get there, vote a candidate of your choice. If it's APC candidate you want to vote, vote for. If it's PDP candidate you want to vote for. If it's NDC candidate you want to vote for, but vote for conviction. Don't vote on ethnic bias. Vote on person that will deliver dividend of democracy. Vote for people who have been tested and found to be worthy to lead Nigeria right. So let us not exercise it, but I know when people are determined to bring a change, it is the people that do it. No amount of conventional force can do it, but the will of the people is the strongest will on planet Earth. So let the people come out, let the people get their PVC ready. There's still ongoing PVC registration. Get their PVC ready. At the right time, I'm entitled to one vote, you're entitled to one vote, and go and vote a candidate of your choice. And be there, ensure that the votes are counted and announced. That's the only way you can be able to solve, you can't get any multi-million military to do it. But the will of the people determines what goes on. And the people, whatever you vote for is what they're going to get in governance. So that's a simple message.
Okay, and then he did ask about, the criticism. What did they criticize you? So what do they do to calm suit nerves, to make them know, say, do them deliberately, not be say you are sideline any ethnic group or anybody. Say you do them based on, just like you've explained it here already. Perhaps you just wanted it to re-explain again, because you already explained to us how you came to picking the people that participated in your...
No, sorry, Precious, not only that one, and generally, because the APC, I always use the word APC, forgive me, because they claim they own Lagos, so they are your major opponents there. They are trying to use all counter narrative, particularly ethnic bias to.
Well, he has answered you. He has answered you, please. I think he's
okay.
So let's let it go.
Okay, efforts you are making to enlighten people more that you are the best, that will still lead them to the House of Reps and will still occupy that position.
All right, sir.
I've said it again, and I want to repeat. What to do at the 2027 election is going to be an issue-based debate. People want to listen to what you want to do, what you have done, and how you want to do it. So it's not going to be ethnic bias. So, and just continue uniting people on issue-based, because we have done ethnic leadership. It has never favored us. So issue-based is the next step for 2027 election.
All right, thank you, sir. And then for those who are asking for the bills he's passed, go listen to the earlier parts, because
Precious, you didn't tell him about the one that has to do with the electoral law.
I'm coming.
Okay.
So those who want to know the bills he's passed, quite a lot of them. He initiated the bill to make the Lagos LCDA's local government areas. He's done quite a couple of stuff. So please go listen from the beginning and you see that. And then, sir, he also did ask that when you what happened, what played out in the House of Rep at the time they removed the ability to contest, to dispute the election result on the grounds of falsification of documents. What you wanna do about them? Why you wanna allow that kind of thing pass through? Come make and look like say Nigeria and a place where you see with the OK forgery.
Well, it must say that this House 360 members, and in parliament you find yourself, majority will always have them, minority will have their say. So in such circumstances, the present government is in the majority, and that's what they wanted. But I know there's no law that passed that subject to amendment. Every law is subject to amendment, and I know even some of those laws were passed are even haunting some of us in the House. Therefore, there's an African saying, I want to say it. When you are going to farm, farm is a pathway. You shit, let me use this language because say we can speak pidgin English. You shit on that way. When you are coming back, you meet flies. So that is what happens. So it is important to know that those laws basically are party-driven amendments, but at the end of the day, it's going to hurt every one of us. But it's subject to amendment. By the time we text it and find that it's not working, it is subject to amendment. So there's no law that no law is in perpetuity. So every law is subject to amendment. So there are some areas that to be amended, but as the time those laws are being passed, the majority have their way. And you, the minority, can only make your noise, and the majority will have their way. And it is the first time in Nigerian Parliament, in 10th Assembly, that we have what we call division. When some sections of the Electoral Act came, then the ruling party said, we want us to divide. If you belong to APC, one side. If you belong to other party, one side. And when they did, they are in majority, so they were. So we only went out and we are making noise, but the law has been passed. So that is the beauty of democracy. But when another opportunity comes, it can be subject to text and amendment. So that's it. So no law is constant. Every law is subject to review to meet the present demand. And that's the position.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Josh, I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it's fine.
All right, so please let me kindly excuse you so that I can accommodate others into the house to join in on the conversation. All right, we'll have a lot of other people joining the house. Ms. Abiy, I don't know if you have another question. If you don't have, can I excuse you so that I can accommodate more people to ask questions? Do you have a question?
I am fine.
Can you take me out? Take me out so that you can get more people in.
All right,
no problem. I will, because you said I'm not coming in clear. Let me. Okay.
So go ahead. If you have another question, Mr. Abiy, go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Earlier on, I was talking about, but you said my voice was not very clear, and you disappeared around that time. That I see you as a kin of mine, Prince, because you seem like you were raised just like my father raised me. Not to be afraid of places, and not to be afraid of things, but always to deliver. And I was trying to say, I don't know if you heard that. He also went through your kind of situation, and I'll encourage you to keep your chin tall, because even after this, there are greater things for you. He was the first chairman of the Ibadan Local Council. In those days, for you to be the chairman of a place in Ibadan, coming from Lagos, was really very uncanny. So, but he did succeed. His name is JMJ. Even the place in Ajegunle called JMJ was all his property, and he gave it up to whoever lived there. And the government cannot take it. They can't deal with it like they could deal with other places. You could do your research on that. He got like $3 million for judgment, and he gave that land away. So, and I know you that kind of a person. Just listening to you for a few minutes. But the point I'm trying to say is, yes, you're facing a lot of struggle, but I can tell you not only where you are, most Lagosians that I've heard of you speak very highly of you. So just believe that you're doing the right thing and keep it up, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Bill. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Your
All right.
great concern. I'm most delighted. I look forward. I need to, maybe any day I contact, but if I have your number, I can cover. So
He's not in Ibadan, no. He's all the way in United States, so he ran away. Oh. He's not here. Oh. He's not
Baba,
wherever.
Baba, I apologize. So I wasn't supposed to be part of the system, but I've been gone for 44 years. I was talking about my father being the first chairman of the Ibadan Local Council. He was from Lagos. Of course, he went back, became an acting prime minister to Tafawa Balewa. He was minister for sports, labor, internal affairs. He's J.M. Johnson. I don't know if you know him or you've heard about him, but that was him. Yeah, but we will see. We will see.
After now, I equally come to United States. Maybe you will find yourself. The world is a global village.
Yes,
we
sir.
need to deepen this conversation to make Nigeria a better place for every one of us.
Yes,
and
you do very fine.
Share your experience in what you have gotten to the United States and bring it back to Nigeria. Even a mere conversation can enlighten minds and broken the barriers of tribalism, and let it be. As it's done in Rwanda. I want to tell you what happened in 2019. I was in Rwanda, and I visited the Rwanda, the genocide camp, and they were taking me. You know, there are Hutus and there are Tutsis. So the young man who is the tall guy began to tell me, in Rwanda, there's no Hutus, there's no Tutsis. All are Rwandans. So I look forward to a time in Nigeria where we'll be able to say, I'm a Nigerian, I'm not an Igbo, I'm not a Yoruba, and I believe strongly in Nigeria. So that should be the spirit. And it's going to happen in our own time. And when it happens, Nigeria will be a place where every nationality will come to be. I spoke at in Brussels in one of the parliamentary, and I told them, in the next 25 years, everybody will start coming to Nigeria, visiting Nigeria, because Nigeria will be a place to be to every part of the world. So I look forward to that time. And please continue this conversation. I want to thank Precious for making this platform available that Nigerians in diaspora can contribute to make Nigeria a better place. Nigeria is going to be a better place, and that's what I've been.
Thank you so much. All right, Ms. Abiy, I appreciate you. Would that be all from you? Let me take more questions so that we can release the honorable.
Yes, I'll step back. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, MC, you're welcome. Mr. B, you're welcome. I don't know who you are, but welcome. And Nigerians' phone lines are still open in case you want to join the conversation. B, you're welcome. You have a question? Go ahead, please.
Hello, Precious. Finally, I'm in.
Who is that?
This is your friend that's always sending you WhatsApp messages, long messages.
My Ibadan sister. My Ibadan sister in UK. You're welcome. Oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Finally, I'm in today.
Thank you. Go
you
ahead.
know what? I'm really very happy to see this man, Mr. OK. You see, the day Nigeria we do away with this tribalism, tribal sentiment, religious issue, I know we are going to be a great nation. It is just this thing that these politicians who don't mean well for Nigeria are using to divide us.
That's tell us your name and where you come from. I just call you my sister.
Yeah, my name is Bumi. Right, I'm calling from the UK.
You're welcome, man. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Precious. God bless you for what you are doing. I love you, and I thank you so much.
Thank you. I love you too. You know, I love you a lot. I love you too. And when I come to UK, I'll come and disturb you.
I'll be very happy to host you anytime.
You're welcome. Go ahead, please.
So, to our honorable, I say thank you very much. I can only imagine the stress you will have gone through in that Oshodi, or whatever, before you could do what you are doing now. I can just imagine the opposition, because I know that is the headquarters of the Oluomos of this world. And for you to have surmounted it to this level, you must have balls. And I thank God for you, and I congratulate you. I thank you. Please go on doing what you are doing. Because my brothers out there, they just like to flex muscle and oppress everybody else. They don't want any of their people to enjoy anything, but they want to be seen at the top as, Oga they go, now Oga, Owa Meji Feniko, sure, sir. That is what they want. But here is a man who is saying that I want you all to enjoy what I am enjoying, what I can give. And you are now telling me he's a neighbor man, he's a this man, he's a this man. Are you kidding me? When are we going to get all this tribalism? When? Our oppressors are using it to divide us. When are we going to learn lessons, for crying out loud? When? We never do. Our mumu never do. These people don't care about us. So if we see one of ours who is saying, no, 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 I want to change the lives of, why do we always throw this wrench of, you are not from my village, you are not from my state, you are not from my this? Okay, you that you are from there, what have you done? What have you done? Because I'm very sure this man must have met the likes of Oluomo there. But yet, see the rot he met. And he's doing everything to make it a better place for everybody. Okay, is it only him and his family that's passing through that road that is enjoying the light? No. Okay, see TY now. TY finish waiting he do for Lagos now. He enter US. Did he carry the place to America when he was going? Are people not enjoying
Did
it
he
there
take it
now?
to Delta State where he comes from?
Abi, are they not enjoying it there now? Why are we so backward with this tribalism and this nonsense? What did they do us? Waiting. My brother, God will help you. Oh. God that has been helping you will help you. And you will continue to help you and you will succeed. Thank
Yes.
you. I thank you on behalf. Don't mind my tribe. Oh. I thank you on their behalf. Even though they are grumbly and flexible, so they are all enjoying it. And their head, their chi, go they pray for you, go they bless you and your family. Thank you so much. Precious, when we enter our political this thing, if I never sleep, I go call back.
No, no,
Thank you very much. God bless you for what you are doing. We love you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma, for calling. I appreciate you. All right, MC, go ahead with your question. Fire on. Do you have a response to Madam B, sir?
Well, I want to thank her for living in London and trying to share her values of Nigeria-centric. We should be Nigeria-centric and not tribal-centric. And the moment we start putting it into practice, I think everybody, time has come, and this is the time when we should become Nigeria-centric. Everything is about Nigeria. Let's leave tribe behind and let's move forward. I want to thank Madam Bimbo for this, for her graciousness, and we look forward that one day we look back. It's not going to be very far. We look back and say, Nigeria of our dream is here, and that will give me joy. And it's going to happen in our own time. That's what I want to assure you. It's going to happen in our own time. A great Nigeria, a great people, and a great mission for the Black race.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. All right, MC, go ahead, please. Let me take your question. Nigerians, we'll just take one or two more people, and then we'll let the honorable go before we start our political conversation. Go ahead, MC.
Yeah, hello, Precious. Good evening. Yeah, and good evening to your guest. Sorry, I'm just I've been out since, so I just came in and I didn't even know you were going to come alive or something. So I haven't really captured what you guys have been talking about since. But let me just go straight to any questions that come. I'm free
he's
to
an
ask any
NDC
questions.
House of Rep member. He was one of those
NDC.
under Labour Party, but is now in NDC, and
Okay,
he did not leave Labour Party. And
okay, he has never been to APC.
Yes,
but he has never been to APC.
No.
Oh, okay. Let me go straight first. First of all, the so-called the person in charge of the country who came in through the window. You know, 27 years.
Don't use that language.
You see, I always tell them, thank you for helping me tell him, sir.
Don't
thank
use
you,
that
sir.
language. Once he is elected as the president of Nigeria, and the court confirms he's the president of Nigeria, and he's sworn in as the president of Nigeria, he remains the president of Nigeria. If you don't like him, you wait for the next election. So I cannot stand here and derogate the president of Nigeria. By the constitution I've sworn, I am meant to respect the president of Nigeria, and you dare not use derogatory word to the president of Nigeria, whom I have sworn the constitution to uphold. So let us be civil in our discussion, and
okay, I understand your positions. I will let it slide. I'll let that one slide. I understand your position on that area as well. So
it would be nice if
I know 27 years ago, that is when he started saying renew hope. that because if you watch his past video, right from 27 years ago, he started preaching this. Hope, which he has plunged the country into, which I can't really explain. I don't even know. So I know as a rep, you guys have your role to play. Executive has their role to play. But most of those, like the tax law that came into effect, first of all, the government did not produce. I've not given the people, let's say, basic amenity to survive on. Is the people don't live with no welfare, as in the people do not live well, no hospital, no lights, no water, nothing. Then you are demanding tax for them. Okay, when you guys, when that tax law came into the house, what did you guys do to make sure that it do not become law, or rather telling him that you need to take care of these basic amenities first before you can think of introducing tax later? What did you guys did about that?
Okay, thank you, MC, for your question. I must say that many times you don't throw a child away with the bad water. Let me all over the world, I'm a student of history. I've looked at the tax paid all over the world. Nigeria is the least paid tax earners in the world. Now, when a tax law came into being, many of us saw it as an opportunity to put government accountable. In other words, if you are paying tax and you're living in Lagos, where I live, Oshud, and the government are not providing the basic infrastructure, it gives you an opportunity that when the next election comes, you take him away and bring in somebody there. So the tax law is important that we're able to use, but how it is utilized is another thing. But we need to have a tax law where Nigerians will be able to pay tax. And once you pay tax, you hold government accountable. Let me tell you, when this tax law starts being implemented, I want to tell you, you cannot go to anybody and give him 5,000 and ask you to vote for you, because he knows the implication. Therefore, as long as historically, tax have been a source of concern. You know, the Abaya riot system in 1927 came because of tax law. Abiokute riot came because of tax law. So tax all over the world, tax have been an issue. But bringing in the tax law, which under our leadership of our speaker, will be able to ensure that those tax laws are put in place to enable us to have a framework to make citizens contribute to the governance of it. But the implementation is where you can raise questions. And this government in power is implementing it to the best of their ability. But I must tell you, I have a copy that certifies that we produce, even though there's some areas of concern. But it's good that we pay tax. It's equally good that any government on power implement it and hold the government accountable. So you don't throw a baby away with the bad water, but it is important that we have a tax law that is unified. This present unified tax system in Nigeria. So if you pay your personal income tax in Lagos, you can use it across Nigeria. But the other tax laws before now, there are multiple taxation. And this tax law has reduced those multiple taxation to a level where you'll be able to pick one document and say, this is the tax law of Nigeria. So it's a good thing to come into replace, but implementing it is another thing. And that is where this present government, so the ball is in your court to know now whether it's properly implemented or not. And in any case, I don't want you to criticize them more, except you have the ability to have the privilege of reading those tax laws. And if you read it, you will commend the 10th Assembly under the leadership of my speaker that we have done well in that aspect.
Okay, can I respond? Am I okay to respond as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You see, on the tax aspect, that tax law, I need to be honest with you. I do not agree with you. I'll make reference now. Let's say, like a country like Dubai. Dubai do not pay tax. Its citizens do not pay tax. But everybody runs to Dubai. Everybody goes to Dubai. You could see the way the Dubai is way, way, way more advanced. There are healthcare. There are education. Education there is free. You talk about every other things that human beings can live life with, because that country has the resources. The resources, the natural resources which God has blessed the earth with. They use it for the good of the people. So Nigeria, as we know, has these resources which God has blessed the country with, right? So, in quote unquote, even the tax law, even the tax law that were even implemented or whatever, it even affects the poor more. The people that do not have enough. This tax, the new tax that this 10th assembly, you guys allowed to go to become law, affects the people that do not affect the people that create most of the things for themselves. It
MC,
affects
you would
these
like to
people
be
more.
quick with it. So I cannot keep him for too long. It's almost 2 hours into the show. I can't let
It's
him
all
go
right.
longer
It's all
than
right.
2 hours.
It's all
He'll
right.
be on, and
So
there are others lined up to ask questions too, so that
okay.
we can accommodate other opinions.
So that's for that. I believe that you guys need to go back and look into most of those elements of those taxes. You guys need to go back and look into those elements of those taxes. That's for that. The second one will be in terms of this whole thing now. In terms of this whole thing, I know you. And I will go back and watch the video. Let me see most of the things you've answered in the past. So what I will put through now, in come 2027. And again, the second one was the electoral law. You guys allowed to skip through as well. The electoral act, which you guys allowed to skip through. You can see most of the elements that was that was allowed to stay through. Element like the certificate aspect and the electoral the electoral voting, which you guys were supposed to emphasize on, so that everything can be electronic. So that area as well. So, and in 2027, how do you intend to protect the votes? Protect the vote. How do you encourage the Nigerians to protect their vote? Thank you. That will be the question I will put through.
Thank you, MC. I thank you for the resourcefulness and the industry. You looked at those documents. It's equally important that the tax laws, there are areas that need to be amended. But no tax is done in perpetuity. It is subject to amendment. However, it is the law now. So let us work with it. And the next 6 months or 1 year, we'll see the mistakes and be able to correct it. Now, the only people that can protect the vote is the people. So I want to encourage you and your friends, and I know your voice where you are, to allow people to go and pick their PVC and become more conscious to vote in 2027. When the people come out, we define all manner of rigging. So I want to encourage you to encourage your friends, and as a voice where you are, let people go and get their PVCs. And those who are relocated to a new location, go and do transfer so that they will be able to participate. When you fail to participate in the election and vote, don't complain. So this is the time for you to get your PVC so that you vote and be voted for. Thank you for that. I will not be able to answer or address your issues you raised, but I want to tell you that every government is ongoing, but there are alternatives, and NDC is we provide the alternative.
And just a quick one for your information. I've always been, for wherever I am during even the last election, I came down to cast the vote, but due to whatever you people did, it was annoying. So one has to go back to where he was coming from. The same, maybe 2027. I'm still looking. Let's see how it goes. I might be on ground as well to cast the vote as well. So let's see how it goes.
Please don't go stay back. Come and vote. The vote will count in 2027. Please come and vote.
It's all right. Thank you very much. Thank you. But you guys should do something good. Do something well regarding the things that is happening in that country. It's not advisable because that country is a laughing stock of the world now. Nothing. They don't say good about the country due to what things that has been going on.
Let me tell you. I was in New York when I was going to United Nations headquarters, and I saw a lot of people junkies drinking, smoking Igbo. If it's done in Nigeria, you have made it a head.
No. Let me tell you about those. Let me tell you about those. The government do something about that. Do something about that. When the government re-asks them, some of those people still go back to where they pick them from. You cannot change those ones. It doesn't mean that they don't have a place to stay. They do. The government look after those people. But in Nigeria, it's not the case.
No,
even the people that need accommodation do not have accommodation.
Can we just not prolong this, please, so that others can be accommodated? Let's if he's responded to your question, it's fine. But whether you like it or not, you still know that there are destitutes in almost every country. It's not only in Nigeria. So please.
No, I need to just correct those facts. Now I need to correct those facts. So because they need to do something, they need to work
All right,
on
Chikeze, let's take
do
your
something
opinion,
good
sir.
about the country.
Let's
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Precious. Thank you, Honorable. You see, I am boiling, but I hope and pray that I don't speak out of anger for what is happening in Nigeria, right?
No boil, no boil.
So, thank you. My name is Chikeze Alif, and I'm calling from Alberta, Canada, right? So, Honorable, the truth of the matter is that there's something that you mentioned when the young man was speaking, and he talked about how we refer to the presidents and all the rest of them. No, you can't cherry pick what we need to do. In US and some other places, even in US, they call the Donald Trump illegitimate president. That's free speech. Anybody can say that, right? It depends on you, right? And I don't see our government as performing, and I don't see the presidency.
Can we speak?
Yes, of course.
Can we speak to the rep member based on his work? And forget about
now, let me leave. Exactly.
And he said that what he swore means that he has to respect the office of the president. And it's not because it's Tinubu occupying the office. It is his duty as a rep member to respect the office of the president of Nigeria. And that's what he just mentioned. So can we respect his opinion while you go ahead and ask him
exactly. I will respect that. I will respect that opinion. And also respect our opinion to call our president whatever we want to call him.
No, not while he's here. When he come out, he
gets no. Precious, you know why I say so? Because if you want to look at what is happening outside, if you go to calling sessions for U.S. members of Senate or Canadian members of the House, if you see how they address their leaders, you also know that it's the same thing. They also swore to uphold the Constitution, not actually about the presidency.
Can we respect people's preference then?
Of course, but they can also they can also respect our own preference, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's the two ways. Okay, let me leave that. Let me leave that, Precious. Let me leave that, Sister Precious. But what I'm trying to say is this. Honorable, I am so disappointed in the 10th Assembly. Now, let me give you the example. Let me tell you the reason why I'm so disappointed in the 10th Assembly, right? Let me even start with the tax law that we are talking about. This young man that just spoke just made mention of Dubai and all the rest of them, that has the same kind of natural resources that we have, and they're not paying taxes and all the rest of them. I'm not saying that it's not good to pay taxes. It's good to pay taxes. And if the tax law is genuine and is seen to be done in a transparent manner, unlike what was done in the presence and glare of the 10th Assembly, where the tax law was passed in the National Assembly and it went to the presidency and they came out with something else and nothing happened, that's an impeachable offense. And if you ask me, I would say that the 10th Assembly, they're not doing their job properly, especially the opposition in the 10th Assembly. They are not speaking up for the people that elected them to go there. Now, what they would have done is to shout it from the rooftop. I'm not saying that they have the numbers to change anything, but let them shout it to the rooftop so that the nation, the populace will know where they stand on it. That's number one. Number two is this. Now,
did you see the number of opposition people who spoke on both everything that's going on, including the Electoral Act? Did you see the way they even staged the walkout, especially them in House of Rep? In fact, the senators did not stage a walkout, but the opposition House of Rep members staged the walkout. That was when you heard Tinubu Ole. Did you hear that?
Exactly. So, now, Sister Precious, what I will ask is this: how long did they speak about it? Are they still speaking about it till today? If something is wrong, you don't speak about it 1 week, 2 weeks, and you leave it. No, you keep on hammering on it. You keep on hammering so that it will be on the mind and it will be fresh on the mind of people every other day until something is done about it. Now that is by the way. Now the second thing I'm going to say is this: for this upcoming election, I know that you have said this, that everybody, including we Nigerians, we the voters, we need to protect our vote and all the rest of them, right? My own is this: is there something that is coming from the opposition, especially from the legislature, right, whereby if there is obvious criminal act during the voting process, that we can take legal? Because you know why I'm saying this is because in the Electoral Act, all of the legal loopholes that the current administration and the current government can use to bulaba people about. They are already there in the electoral law. So how are we then? Are we now saying, okay, people should go to the street and that is the only option that we have? Is that what the National Assembly is telling us? Is that what we should do?
No, that's not correct. In the electoral act, if you look at, there are various sections that we dismiss that deals with criminality, stealing vote, buying vote. Sections in the electoral act that deals with it. Every even presiding officers, dog dealing, there are punishment for it. All you are trying to say that because these things are in the law, by the time people come out in mass to vote, you'll be able to protect the vote. I have said it before, and I want to repeat it. There's no legislator that is perfect. There's no legislator that is perfect all over the world. It is always on process, ongoing process. So there are some areas that need to be amended or corrected. But let us work with what we have, because we don't have the time to do it. The only thing Nigerians can do for you is to come out en masse and vote on the election day and stay there and let the vote count and show that it is transmitted. Yes, the area you're talking about transmission, there's some aspect of it that protects the transmission, because you say that the transmission shall be. There's a mandatory provision from ECA2 to be transmitted. It is mandatory now. But
there's a provisor. There's a provisor.
There's a provisor that. So in that aspect, let us work with the legislator we have now. We can improve on it subsequently, but we don't have the time to do it because the constitution doesn't give us that opportunity. So I want to plead with Nigerians in diaspora, because you are our strength. You are our strength, and because of your exposures, you stand in a better time to criticize us better. But let us work hand in glove to work with the legislator we have now to input and based on that to be able to assess the 2025 Electoral Act. And if it did not go down well in 2027, we amend it. So let us not throw it away and say we can't use it. So let's work with what we have, but you can't amend it now.
Can you promise us one thing, Honorable, right? Because I know that this is the bane of our electoral process in Nigeria, because we try to do things at the dying minute. Can you promise us now that after this election, we will start immediately to amend this electoral law to reflect, because this is the only electoral law that I know that have taken us backward from where we are coming from. Because if we start on time, every issue will be trashed out before the election, right? If you guys can promise us that after this election, we start working on a very complete, not of course, like you rightly said, there's no document that will be, that will cover everything. As time progresses, of course, there will be changes. But let us get to somewhere. But let us start on time. If we start on time, all these things won't be there. We'll be talking about time for us to amend the electoral law, or time to amend something.
Shike, let me take you back. You must know that what Israel is today is what the achieved diaspora. Nigeria have a huge diaspora population, and Nigerians in diaspora can come together to take decisions that will affect Nigeria. Israel decisions cannot be taken in Israel without the Israeli diaspora, because they have contributed greatly, and that's what gives me joy. I met some Nigerians in Washington last month, and they are engaging in diaspora legislative engagement, even with the Congress. All we are trying to do, you people that are in diaspora, you are better exposed. You have the criticism to be able to assemble yourself, to be able to say, this is the country you want. And you'll be able to lead from behind and get it done. So you don't leave it us for us. My own prayer now is to come back into 11th Assembly. When I come back, I continue from where I stopped. But we need the diaspora to wake up and be able to take it as a responsibility to redeem and regain Nigeria, to make it a better place. So it is a responsibility, just as it's mine. So let us work hand in glove to make Nigeria a better place. Both those of us in the place of our activity and those of you in diaspora. So it's a collective work. So let us work hand in glove. Let us not be all out criticism, but as you can mobilize Nigeria and diaspora to make a change. It is possible and it is doable. But one thing is that let it make a Nigerian thing, because the bigger Nigeria, the better for. That is what I want to say.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Obisin, very quickly, let's take your thoughts so that we can release our dear honorable. We've kept him for too long. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. I'll be fast. And sorry, I didn't pick his name when I joined.
His name is Honorable Okay. Just say okay, it's fine.
Okay, rep member over here. We call rep member. We don't put honorable.
It's rep member.
Member, rep member. Okay. Thank you so very much. And I had Precious when she said that you are the only one that have obliged her in all the invites she sent out. Maybe in between times. Thank you. And even when she fact checked you on some of your claims of your constituency projects, and it came out to be what you said. As you said, there's no governance is continuum. It can never be done on one term. Can never be done in 2 terms. That's why there's a revolving election every other cycle, so that this person continues from where this person stopped. Like that way a nation is built. America is going to celebrate 250 years in July. It's still not perfect. They still tell you that they are not a perfect, it's still a progress in working, because no one person, no one party can achieve it. And I said that to say, I give you kudos in it so far in your first term. But what I wanted to say is what effort, and I know that you're in the minority, so there's nothing much the minority can do. But let me start from the people in diaspora. I know there was a time they were talking about giving us chance to vote. I don't know where that bill is up until now. So because we cannot make much noise, I think it was the last assembly that the speaker berated somebody from Benue State, because Benue State indigents came to, I think it's still about this insecurity. I can't remember vividly, but the speaker then said the person that was standing up for them said, you can't present what somebody sent you from abroad. I'm sure he also had a backlash then. So my thing is this: how far are you guys willing to make sure that diaspora voting is a do? So that, because that's the only voice we will have. Okay, how far are you guys? And again, I still put into consideration that you are in the minority. I pray that probably in the next assembly, you guys will be in the majority, and then you'll be able to, push some of your agenda. And then that one is aside. What effort also are you guys making? Because when we over here, you hear somebody had a gunshot, they're taking him to the hospital. The hospital will not attend to them except if they have police report or something like that. Sometimes police. So what is the effort that is being made to make sure that even an armed robber, even over here, even if somebody is an armed robber and they have a gunshot wound. This past weekend, somebody attempted to go to the White House and cause fracas. They shot him. They took him to the hospital. It was in the hospital he died. And this is what somebody that was, nobody knows his agenda, but allegations say he was coming to kill the president. But yet they shot him. They still took him to the hospital to be attended to. Unfortunately, he passed. Well, fortunately, unfortunately, he died there. So what effort? Now, an innocent citizen is passing on his own. He got shot. And then he gets to the hospital and he's needed a police report. Why would that be? Why can't it be made that even if he's an armed robber, let him be treated? When he's treated, let him go and face his judgment. Okay? And that is one thing. I heard you have said you came to New York, you came to Washington. Is there any way you guys can, when we don't know a thing, I think it's better. This democracy we are practicing is not our own. We learned it. We copied it from somewhere. Is there any way you guys can say, you know what, after you have won, even if it's in England, who is our paternal fathers, or wherever, go and copy how they operate in their chamber? Is there any way we can make a sister? At least in my state, I am in Georgia, we have 5 Nigerians that are in this Georgia Assembly. Is there any way you guys can say, you know what, you guys are over here? Can we, even if it's exchange once a month, you guys come over here or they come over there and school you, because on how the etiquettes on how to run an assembly, how to do padding or how not to do padding, how to have boldness, even when you are in the minority, how not to succumb to the will and caprices of the majority. Can that be done? And lastly, because I know people are coming, let me finish up. Let me finish up my thought so you pick it up from there. Sorry, sir. Thirdly, on this tax thing, okay, I know when the other guy was talking about Dubai, United Arab Emirates, they're only 1 million people, the nationals, 11 million people, the other 10 million people is foreigners. All the good things they do is only for their citizens. Yeah, they can afford not to pay tax because how many are they? You know, if they sell a trailer load of oil, it will suffice to cater for the populace.
Obviously, if you can help me summarize, please.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I'm saying that to say, the tax over here we pay tax, but the tax we pay, we have joy in paying that tax, not only because of the things it's going to do for us. Okay. Yes, not only because of the good things it's going to do, but we also have joy in paying tax because at the end of the year, okay, not at the end of the day, at the end of the financial year, which is April of every year, we do what we call tax return. We file our tax return. Yeah. The government give you part of that, your money that you paid. They deduct, if you have 2 children, they give you money for your children, cater for your children. Okay, if you are going to school, you deduct the money, your school fees, and then whatever is left, the government take it. If in fact sometimes, if you have to pay more, government send you bill that what you paid is not enough, you pay more. If they have to send you a refund, they send you money, they send you a refund. Is there any way? And I know that you guys are doing crap right now. In the next assembly, if you are lucky to be there and then your principal wins and you are in the majority, is there any way all these things can come to fall so that Nigeria begin to live good life? I have so many things. Precious know where I stand, but let me follow the crowd at this time. But again, in closing, I just want to say thank you for even obliging to be here.
Thank you, my brother. Let me take you. There's 4 issues, but I try to see if my memory can serve me right.
I can be reminding you.
Just allow me. I'm a lawyer, so I can remember a few things. We talk about gunshot. That issue has been dealt with because there's a Supreme Court judgment that any person that had a gunshot should be treated by a hospital. So there's a Supreme Court judgment on that. So that's been taken care of. The other issue you raised about the tax law, the issue of diaspora voting. Now, in Parliament, there are 3 stages of making laws. That diaspora voting came first reading, second reading, and it went to the committee. It couldn't make it through to the committee. That means that there's still need for more enlightenment on the need to have diaspora voting. Now, the third aspect you don't talk about is issue of whether we are coming to learn from it. I was in Georgia. I met
collaboration.
One of your rep member, Rep Gap Okoye.
Okay.
Because the chairman of Nigerian U.S. Parliamentary Committee. So we were in Georgia for 1 day, and we had interaction with them, and we call in Washington. This democracy is a learning curve. We are still, but I don't give excuses why we have not gotten there. But I see it's ongoing learning. We are going to get there. But if we're able to face squarely the challenges are before us in the issue of voting, in the area of coming out to vote, in the area of electoral consciousness, because you can see, if you look at I have in my constituency 467,000 registered voters. But I want to tell you, on the voting day, you will not see up to 80 or 100. So there's still not political awareness. There's no that awareness that there. So all you need now, 19 people the more to see the need to vote and be voted for. That is it. Then the area you raised about tax return, I know about it. And before this tax came into being, we have multiple tax systems. And that's one of the things that discourage investors. So with this new tax law, even though it's not a perfect, it's a perfect document, but you can use it as a guide in subsequent tax.
Hello, so sincere apologies. Perhaps a call came into his phone or something, and then.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
If this I met an Italian when we were doing that tax law, and he told me, why are people trying to tax people? Why not you tax people based on the money they have in the account? That's another system. But it is a government, that is executive bill. And that executive bill, we criticize it to a level that we're able to contain as a minority. But let us pray that we're able to get it there in 2027 when NDC will come on board and begin to look at this holistically. I believe in welfareism because all in England, some other countries, because I'm a student of history, I read about it, there's always a welfare system for the general people. We don't have that welfare system, and we don't have that data to capture that welfare system. And that is one of the things, by grace of God, in 2027, when our government come in, we'll be able to do. The welfare system, the data system, we should be able to have a comprehensive data of Nigerians because you cannot work without data. So that is another area of concern. So I share your concern, and I equally know that you have the zeal to contribute to the greatness of Nigeria. We all agree that we have not gotten it there, but it's an ongoing process, and we get there somewhere there. So I share it, and I'm taking record of it. When God brings us back in 11th Assembly, some of those bills to raise are things we will bring on to canvas to enable us make Nigeria a better place. But let me assure you, Nigeria will be a better place in our lifetime.
Anyway, that one I don't. Anyway, thank you so very much. I mean, I just realized I'm a member of NDC here. We have a branch here in Georgia, and this is something I'm telling you is what I'm telling our chairman here, the things we need to pull down and give to the principal over there, so that if God helps them to get there, I mean, we have to turn Nigeria around. If Nigeria has to be, we got to turn it around.
Thank you. So Patricia, you're the last caller. Let's just take your thoughts quickly.
Nigeria will be. Precious. Nigeria will be. It's going to be a one Nigeria that is inclusive. And if I want you to go through the NDC platform, you see our core value. We believe in pan Nigeria.
Yeah, I have the constitution. Yeah, I'm going through it.
Yes,
yeah.
Okay.
So
Patricia, please, as the last contributor, go ahead, please.
Good evening, Precious.
Good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Honorable OK. Precious, I'm so happy being in today. I watch you every day. Like I love not just the boldness. I love everything about you.
Thank you.
Everything.
Thank you.
So
I wanted to say stop it like it, but don't stop it, please.
I will not stop it. I will never stop it. I will not stop it because I love it. Even at times, I will not be sleeping till maybe at times it will start 11 something. I must on it.
Thank you.
I will be watching you till the end. Thank you very much. But what I want to ask Honorable OK, because all of us, we've left Nigeria for so long. And I'm telling you the truth, we all want to come back and live back in our country because it's a country that we love so much. But the insecurity in the country now is alarming. Precious is here every day shouting about it. What are the government doing about it? And again, at times we see some wrong things happening. No one is talking. I don't want to talk because my brother here spoke a lot of things that is in my mind. But because if we say, let's start talking, we'll have a lot to say. So first of all, I'm talking about the insecurity. Yeah. And second, again, for example, when we talk of, we want Nigeria to be okay. The other day, I think 2 days ago or 3 days ago, Precious showcased it when they were counting the primary. And somebody's 1, 200, 200, excuse me, and people stand there. They stood there. They watched him saying 200 after 4. And everybody shut up. Then I asked, when is Nigeria going to be okay? If nobody can just say, this is wrong, come back, sir. What do we do? Because if we continue like this, we're going nowhere. That's the two questions. What do we do about insecurity? And this type of little things that we see glaring just right in front of us and no one can say a thing. And after the counting, they say, this is, how do they say it? They say, it was fair, it was free and fair. And I'm asking myself, is it free and fair? Maybe I have mental issue. Or maybe they don't know what they're doing. So I need an explanation. Sorry, sir.
Well, thank you very much. Most of the questions you are pushing to me, I might not be in the position to answer it because I'm not in the executive, but we share your concern. And every day in the House, we raise our concern about insecurity. It is a pathetic situation. Government, it is the responsibility of government to protect life and property. It is a great concern to us, and I share your concern. And they have done their best. So what we'll do that, let us talk through and wait till January 16 and use the PVC to the needful. That's the only I can tell you. I'm not in executive. There's nothing I can do about it, but I want to tell you we are raising it in the House on daily basis. It's a great concern to us. Now, a level of insincerity about 1, 2, 200, 300, 400, where is a situation that most of us have great concern. There was a time when we were a bit younger, when we have mass mobilization, MANSA. There are those things taught them that you see a thing that's wrong, you shout about it. But Nigerians are becoming too docile to say no to things that are not right. So it is great concern, and it's not only in government, it is in every facet of Nigerian society. So we need to reawaken our consciousness to see this is wrong and say it as it is, even for our family level. So it is a great concern. So shout it at the top of the mountain, shine on top of the hills that this is wrong, and we don't. Whatever is wrong, irrespective of who is doing it. So it is wrong, and I share your sympathy. You are not mentally wrong. It is this what we find ourselves here, but it is correctable. It is correctable. Just what I want to tell you, it is correctable. So take it to the bank, it is correctable. That's why every 4 years, people are given opportunity to vote in and vote out. So it is correctable. So that
I understand that we're given opportunity to vote in and vote out, but I find myself having us voting the same set of people. Voting the same set of people. And the issue I have here, sorry, Precious, please. The issue I have here is that all these people we're voting, their children are here. They do come to Europe, to the Western world, and they enjoy if I am, sorry, there's one thing I will say and I'm done. If I am to be in Nigeria and I am to be in the House of Assembly or House of Representatives or any one of them, what I would have said, first thing I will say is that anybody that want to, I'm sorry to say, I call it ruling. I don't say leading again because now rule with this. So sorry. Precious, we can speak broken at times, is it?
I'm happy in English show now. Right. Just help me wrap up a beg so that we
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. So if I will be there, I say that the moment somebody enters, say they want to vote for local government chairman, the children, the grandchildren, everybody study in Nigeria and not private school, public school. And no overseas treatment. I will tell you, Nigeria will be the best country to live if that happens. Because they would like to put the school and the hospital in order for the children. I think if we start going that way, it will be better.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Honorable sir, so I remember there was a time we were trying to have a bill like that. What happened to it? I was going to say especially for medical treatment abroad and that of students, politicians, children schooling abroad and all that. What happened? Why would I never get mine to push that kind of bill so that we go pay attention to our own facilities for Nigeria?
Good.
I won't be able to give you the state of that law, but I know I was in the house, I was in the chamber when the first reading went through and it was debated. But I know it should be in the committee stage now.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Patricia. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Again, thank you for not jumping from the party, and I thank you again that you credited Peter Obi for where you are today. I thank you so very much, and God, the posterity will reward you. Again, thank you for not leaving him, abandoning him when the chips were so down, and you're still with him. Thank you so very much, posterity. And your name is Repoke. I will be praying for you. You'll be okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Okay, Honorable Okay will be okay. Thank you so much. So, Honorable, do you have a parting shirt? Just a one-word parting shirt.
Precious, what a wonderful opportunity to address Nigerians both at home and abroad. I do not take it lightly for this privilege. Each time I have the privilege of discussing about Nigeria, it gives me passion. And I always see that Nigeria in the no distant time will be a place to be. I want to thank those in diaspora. Because I know in the United States, the second highest ranking colored educated people are Nigerians. And when I have the privilege of raising this issue at the embassy, I said when this Trump issue came up, I said, you cannot downgrade the Nigerian visa, because when you're downgrading Nigerian visa, you are not reflecting the contribution of Nigerians in the United States. And it becomes the policy, and I made it known to him that it is not acceptable to downgrade Nigerian visa, that Nigerians cannot even have 5 years visa now, even if it's just 1 month. And I spoke to the last ambassador there. So I know the contribution of diaspora, and I want to thank you. Keep making us proud. Nigerians in the United States are making us proud. Nigerians in Europe are making us proud. And we will not take it lightly. We pray that opportunity will come when this year goodwill will be reflected in translating Nigeria from where it is to a place where we have governance and where we have leadership. We look forward to that period. And please keep on praying for Nigeria. I want to assure Nigerians that in no distant time, Nigeria will be great again. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable Oke. It's been a pleasure having you, and keep representing the people of Oshodi Solo Federal Constituency, Oshodi Solo 2 Federal Constituency properly, and may God continue to increase you in every way. And please keep making yourself available. I particularly appreciate the fact that you make yourself available. That speaks a lot, and that's the way it should be. Unfortunately, it's not like that in Nigeria, but thank you for such a good example. Thank you, and God bless you. I appreciate you.
One love.
One love. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, Nigerians, thank you so much. So you know what? I will come back with updates, because this not be just the updates. A lot of basketballs they happen for inside politics. But let me go and have my dinner, because it's way past my dinner time. Let me just get a bite, and I'll come back to give you guys updates of everything that happened for the news today. But in the meantime, don't forget to say I love her and protect your mental health. If you've not liked and shared this post, what are you waiting for now? Please kindly like and share now. Like and share now. Like and share it now. Make sure people see it, including your friends and your enemies. Let's keep talking about our country, because if this country better, now all of us will go better for. If you're not better, now all of us will suffer. So why not wish that it will be good, so that we'll all enjoy it? Do we have to wait till everything goes very bad? No, now let's pray and hope that the country will be good, so that we'll all benefit from it. I love you guys. Protect your mental health, because he who lives, who worries about Nigerian problem and runs away lives to worry another day. So I'll be with you before 10 o'clock. Let me just grab the bite. I love you guys. See you soon to bring updates to you. See you shortly. So this is not good night. See you shortly. Bye.